Hi everyone, my name is Lina K, and I'm here to talk about something briefly. First of all, I pass on my condolence message to the family of our late speaker Jacob Olanya in Uganda. May his soul rest in peace. There are a lot of conversations that have been moving around, and a lot of people have said different things about the death, and many have come out, especially from the side of the government. Many have come out to condemn what was done by the people in diaspora, particularly those in America, where I also reside. Fun enough, it's like some people from the NRM wing are trying to pretend not to know exactly why diasporans striked when they brought our late speaker to Seattle. They are trying to pass by the bush, not to exactly know the reason, just because that's what they want to hear or that's what they want to believe, so that they please their man, President Museveni. But like it or not, now this is going directly to those people. Like it or not, you guys, the demonstrations are not to stop until when the Ugandan government will realize that the innocent people, the down-to-earth people, the common people in the villages, even those in towns that cannot afford the treatment expenses, and those that go to the hospitals that were put there as puppets by the government, but with nothing like facilities and medication and even experts to work on them. The demonstrations will keep going on. Ugandans need to get better services. The government, President Museveni's government, has been in power for more than 30 years. It has to do something. People are not going to stop striking. It was the beginning, and actually some of you are trying to pretend that it was the first time of its kind with the late Olanya, but you all know that when Mr. Kibule was brought here one time, when Judith Babirie was brought here one time, the same strikes happened. Because those maybe were not so big in your government, you didn't make it a big deal. You didn't raise up your voices to say something against the strikes. You actually felt very comfortable with everything, and you thought that it wasn't going to affect you any time. But this time around, diasporans striked, not because they were against the NRM government, but their voice was intentionally passing on a message that the government should build better health facilities for Ugandans who cannot afford that big sum amount of money to be flown outside of Uganda for treatment. That was the message. But right now, people like the Chief Justice and others, including other political big personnels we know, like Norbert Mao and others, are trying to bring in information that is honestly not meant to deliver the right message to the public as to why we striked, but they are pretending and they are trying to say something that is in line with tribalism statements. You are trying not to exactly speak out the truth. Ugandans are not fools. They know why diasporans striked. The information was delivered, And thank God this time the information reached its destiny right the way it was needed to. Because before, when people striked, when Judith Wabili and Chibule were brought here, you didn't say something. You actually pretended that you didn't get the message. This time around, you got the message. And we are saying, if you don't do any changes, if you don't improve the hospitals, if you don't provide medication and don't pay nurses, doctors, and other expertise in the field of health, more Ugandans are going to strike whenever they see any government official brought outside Uganda, brought to those countries that have better services. They will strike. Get this from us. People are not pulling back. If this is a beginning, it's going to continue. Be ready. Be ready to face the reality that people are not happy with you. They will keep doing this until when something has been put in place. So, stop playing your tribalistic cards. Stop those statements that are trying to divide the nation. Stop pretending that you don't know the reason as to why diasporans striked. You know the reason, but because you are fed from maybe the president, because you are there to please him in all ways, you don't want to speak the truth. Now the actually people are there hearing your statements, and some of them may actually get angry with the people from Central, thinking you are talking reality, yet you are not. Thank God that now social media is actually playing a big part in exposing reality to the people, because some people like the Chief Justice claimed that those who striked were Uganda, mainly from the wing of NAP, and you were trying to show the public how Baganda are so inconsiderate. They are bad people. They shouldn't be tolerated. They need to be like punished, or they should come out and apologize for the strike they carried out. Let me tell you, Chief Justice, many of the people who actually striked, they were not even Baganda. No, they were not. These were Ugandans from all over parts of Uganda. They were Ugandans that are concerned about the bad health conditions of their country. Hearing them speaking, some of them speaking Luganda, it's not a guarantee that confirms they were Uganda, no. Because we're in schools and you would find like an Iteso, Amnyankole, Amuchiga, and actually Anebi, all those people speaking Luganda. We grew up in schools when they were punishing us for speaking vernacular, but particularly Luganda, because you would hear almost everyone in school speaking one language, Luganda. So many of our friends came from schools and they were not Uganda, but they are so fluent in Luganda. So hearing people speaking in Luganda as they are striking, it's not a guarantee that they are Uganda. It shouldn't be an evidence to you to base on, to claim that those were Uganda that were trying to pass on the message to the government. No, these were just mere Ugandans that have their country at heart. These were Ugandans that felt bad that spending billions and billions of money on one person, leaving thousands and millions of people in Uganda with no care, with no health facilities, with no treatment, is very unfair. So, stop playing your tribalistic cards. Stop. There is no way we shall have a peaceful Uganda when people are so angry with each other just because of the tribal differences. You are big people in government. Imagine a Chief Justice. How dare you come out and say something like that, like Baganda people should be responsible for the strikes in the diaspora, and they should be actually asked to apologize for all what they did. That is not true. Not all people who striked are Uganda. They are not. And the message as to why I came to talk about this is to confirm it to you, to make it clear in your minds, you government officials, that if anything doesn't change, if you keep on using public funds for your personal benefits, using taxpayers' money for your own good, if you keep on consuming lots and lots of money without serving the country, without serving the common people wholeheartedly, without putting facilities needed in our country for a better health, for better schools, for better services in all sectors, more strikes will keep happening. This is just the beginning. More strikes are yet to come, whether you like it or not, because the countries where many of us are and where many of those people are, they respect human rights. People have a right, as long as you are in your lineage, you are not offending anyone as you are striking, people have a right to speak about what is not going on rightly in all ways, as long as they are not offending anyone. So you cannot stop anyone. You cannot force anyone to come out and apologize over something which is not right, which is not true. You know yourself, Chief Justice, that the best of all the strikes that are happening, you know the truth. You know the truth that is the lack of facilities, services that Ugandans expect from you people, and you are not giving them those services. And if they don't have the guns to fight, if they don't have the power they can use to fight you people in public, like the way the government men, militarians and police and army guys fight these innocent Ugandans, these Ugandans don't have all those services. The best they have is their mouth, their lips. They just have to speak. They just have to hold just banners and speak out that the way they feel. If that has offended you people in the government so much, that is the least these Ugandans can do. If you would ever give them a chance to fight better for what you guys are supposed to do and we're not doing it, they will do it. But because in Uganda, you speak out, you are killed. You keep quiet, you are killed. You fight for the right thing, you are arrested. You are tortured. You are threatened. All those things are the reasons as why people are using now such methods of delivering their message. And they won't stop until when you do something. So, Chief Justice Owinidolo, people like Norbert Mao, please stop playing your tribalistic cards. Stop spreading that bad message about Baganda being so bad, inconsiderate, as though you are trying to mean that Baganda wanted the late Speaker Jacob Olanya to die. And yet that's not the reason. We all wanted him alive and kicking. But we wanted the government to be able to provide the best health care to him as early as possible, even before he became that worse from our country. That's what we wanted. But because our country doesn't have those services, you see how you were meandering, you people going to Dubai, coming to Kenya, now to USA, trying all means possible to find better services, as though we cannot put something better in our country. So let us try to come back to the drawing table. Let us face reality the way it is. Stop threatening diasporans. No one is going to pull back. These are people who are from countries with human rights, rights that are respected and are in place. So nobody's gonna get scared. Stop playing your tribalist cards. Do the needful. Provide better services to the people in Uganda. And when that is done, all those strikes will be no more. That's it.